Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest reality TV shows we love, celebrity gossip, Jeff Lewis Live, the extended show, all the things. I hope you're having an amazing day. It's not even that hot here. Like somebody sent me a message. It was kind of funny. Obviously, I'm in Texas, and it said something like, I want to visit Texas in August. What's the weather going to be like? And it said, have you ever been cremated? And I was like, it's not that hot. I mean, clearly I'm wearing a tank top and shorts, so it's not. Does it get cold anywhere in August? Like even like up north or Alaska, like upstate New York, Maine? I don't even know. Maybe 80s? I have no idea. I don't even want to find out. I love warm weather for sure, for sure, for sure. So if you didn't see my Instagram story, I did update you. Luna is just fine after getting her latest vaccinations, but she was a little bit pissy with me, giving me the side eye yesterday, and even took her swimming. Like she loves when she sees me or anyone else getting their bathing suit. She knows instantly she's going outside and she can get in the pool. Now, she can get in the pool anytime she wants or take a little, oh, she's like rubbing her nose. Our dog's so dang cute. Anyways, wait, where? It was 59 degrees? That's cold. Tennessee? Holy cow, that's cold. New Jersey? Where are y'all from? I did not. Good question. We always do questions at the end, but I'm getting distracted. Agnista on TikTok says, did you ever find out about the video on Heather's stories? Well, I'm the one that can't see Heather McDonald's stories, so I need y'all to do that for me. So anyways, yeah, Cheryl says, what's up, Chumpets? Okay, let's get into it. Even though the dang SiriusXM app was jacking with me today, I mean, life is life, right? I had to go to the dry cleaners. I had to get a facial. My facial was 10:30 to 11:30, so right in the middle of when Jeff Lewis starts. So I had started the show and paused it. When I went to pick up our groceries from Walmart, then I was listening to it on my car through CarPlay or whatever all that's called. And when I got out, it was a completely different subject. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is not 15 minutes into the show. Now it was live, like 11:30 time. And I was like, oh my God, of course there's no 15-second or 15 forward rewind. So, and then you got to wait hours for the replay. So if I don't talk about something, bring it up in comments because clearly I missed it today. Because since we go live at 3 Eastern, they don't have the show for Jeff Lewis put up again for me to watch later. So, or listen to. So I can't, whatever, damn app. Anyways, so just to update you, Luna is just fine. But one of the reasons I'm rushing and getting this flu vaccine is because she didn't have it yet for this year. And normally, I mean, she's not around other dogs. We take her for a walk. She's only with us. She's an only dog. I guess I don't worry about it. I mean, let me know if I'm wrong. I'm not, I've only been a dog owner now as an adult for 4 years. But anyways, I don't worry about it so much since she doesn't go to daycare. We don't take her to the dog parks anymore because that was a freaking disaster last time. But the place we always take her to for boarding is they had hurricane damage from Hurricane Beryl. So they're going to be closed until October. So when I found that out a few weeks ago, I was like, oh my gosh, I was in a scramble because we just, I mean, like everyone, we don't leave our dog with just anyone. As a matter of fact, since we got her 4 years ago, we try to stagger the vacations. Like, so me or my husband aren't all gone or one of the kids is home because we just don't like putting her in boarding. Because the first time we ever boarded her for Easter weekend in 2021, she had had all of her shots and vaccines as required from the boarding place. And this particular one, and she still got, kennel cough, which I know was a vaccine, but she was sick for 3 weeks. At the time, I was a teacher, so I wasn't even able to be home with her. My 2 high schoolers were home with her, and I just felt terrible that she was so sick. So anyways, yeah, she got Bordetella. She got all the shots she normally gets. She got the updated Bordetella, the updated flu, the updated rabies, and the updated DAP or something. So anyways, but so now we have to go back to the boarding place that we used 3 years ago, that she got kennel cough. So anyways, they just have a lot more procedures. The place I use is a lady, and she's on land and property, and she just loves Luna. She has her own little, air conditioned heated facility for each dog. So but this other place, the dogs play together. So that's where they can get sick between each other. So anyways, but life goes on. You got to go out of town. So got to have fun. I don't like someone coming to my house though. I know I want Luna to be like playing with other dogs and I don't know. I know I'm weird. I mean, if that's the weirdest thing about me. I know. Okay, let's get started. Jennifer Lopez yesterday filed for divorce. This is important because she apparently did it without attorneys. Kind of weird, right? I mean, it's not her first marriage. It's not her first divorce. Probably won't be her last. But she listed April 26th as the separation date. And now, like TMZ, Page Six is pulling up pictures from that date. And she was, I guess, in New York, just kind of wearing baggy clothes, what have you, which is not that whatever. Just means she was comfortable. Like they'd probably had the talk because I think they'd been separated for months before that. Someone even messaged me and said they'd been not living together since January. So I don't know the stats on that. That was probably a back and forth situation, if you ask me. But then they show Ben a few days later, and he's sitting in his car eating Jack in the Box. And I was like, dude, you are everybody during a breakup or a stressful time. I love those TikToks that I saw one yesterday that a guy was eating his lunch at work and somebody parked next to him, and he was looking at him like, what the hell are you parking next to me for? I thought it was so funny because when I grab fast food, especially when my kids were little, maybe I dropped them off for dance class and didn't stay and watch, and I went and got a taco, and I'm sitting in the car and somebody pulls up right freaking next to me. I'm like, get out of my space. I mean, it's like elbow room, right? Nobody should park right next to someone when they're, especially like the back or the side of McDonald's, the side of Jack in the Box. That is your space to like eat in peace. Nobody can judge. You can sip on your drink. You can have 3 tacos if you want. Hilarious. So somebody, of course, snagged him. But what I did notice, and I've chatted about Backgrid before, Backgrid is kind of this company that is known. I don't even think it's a secret. It's known that it's the company that paparazzi is called by celebrities to take their picture, and then they in turn sell those pictures. So when I saw this picture on TMZ in the article yesterday, and I shared it on my Instagram, Sarah from Texas Podcast, underneath the picture, they give credit and it says Backgrid. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, of all people, he is kind of known that he doesn't really like the celebrity. And that might have been part of the reason of divorce is that, well, a lot of reasons maybe, is that she loved the paparazzi. She loved the fame. And I don't really think he did. But when I saw the term Backgrid, I was like, did he call somebody and say, come take a picture of me eating my Jack in the Box? I'm sad from the breakup. Exactly. Lisa on TikTok says, yeah, TikTok. I don't want nobody next to me when I'm eating in my car. Don't look at me. Don't make eye contact. Like I'm not there. It's just my little space, right? Anyways, I see your question, Teresa. We will answer all questions at the end. I know I get distracted sometimes and answer them, but let's try to save the questions for the very end. Unless y'all want to chat in comments, which I'm always A-okay for y'all chatting in comments. Anyways, but it seems the separation date was April 26th. We know they've been seen since then, sometimes with their wedding rings, sometimes without the wedding rings. It didn't ever seem in a happy space for all these last few months. Seems like more of stuff between like his kids and her kids when they were, because they were blending these families and they're teenagers. So, they got to know each other and, like seeing high school graduations or seeing like a dance recital, different things like that. So but there's no prenup. Crazy. They're both rich AF. So now they're selling this $60 million. I can't even wrap my brain around $60 million. Like, do they have a mortgage? Do they pay that in cash? When they pay cash on these shows, does that mean they physically have that money? Like when I watch Million Dollar Listing LA and they're like, Josh Flagg the other day was going to offer like $13 million for a house that he backed out of. And it said all cash offer. Does that mean he has $13 million, or does that mean he got a loan and they're essentially giving him cash, almost like sometimes people do with a car, right? I don't know. It's crazy. But their finances were not finalized. So it's kind of weird that, I don't think either one of them need alimony or whatever it's called. Clearly, they didn't have kids together, so they won't have child support. I mean, it's just crazy. I was chatting with someone, shout out, you know who you are. She's a huge JLo fan. And I guess I still am. I guess I'm starting to realize that maybe she's crazier than, not crazier, that's not the right word. Messed up. I don't know. Is it her that's messed up? Is it Ben Affleck that's messed up? Do they both just want to believe in love? Did they rush into it? Were they thinking about their love 20 years ago? Oh, Melanie. Now that is the reunion I can get behind. You know what else I can get behind? Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. Not even kidding. Absolutely. Okay, Melanie says, I think Ben truly loves Jen Garner, his first wife. He was trying to relive his youth by hooking back up with JLo. Does anyone know if he's sober? I mean, clearly I hope he's not, but I do think it's a known rumor-ish that he has a gambling issue and maybe an alcohol issue. I don't know of anything else. So that would make me sad because she's super into like, doesn't drink, eats real clean, works out. And that's like the opposite. I think even Dr. Donna has said sometimes opposites don't attract. They might attract, but they may not work out when it's so the opposite, right? Lisa in Kentucky, I love you so much. Thank you for tapping the screen so much on TikTok. If everyone else will, I would appreciate it. Love that. Thank you so much. Wait. Oh my God. Mary, I'd forgotten about that. Mary reminded me the rumor. I don't know if it ever came out that was true. How could Ben love Jennifer Garner so much when he cheated on her with the nanny? But I think he realized he screwed up big time with her and misses her. Wow. Jennifer Garner just seems like the ideal mom. Like she's cute. She's hot. She's there. I mean, oh my goodness. Wow. Mary says Drake says he's waiting and hoping to be JLo's next love. Remember? Okay. So my girlfriend years ago, before whatever, she was at a Drake. Let me get this straight. Let me think. Was she at a JLo concert and Drake was in the audience, or she was at a Drake concert and JLo was in the audience? One of them, and those rumors kind of started up, but then they kind of squashed it. So, oh, that's true. Melanie says cheating has nothing to do with loving. Well, it does at all. I mean, I don't know. Cheating has nothing to do with loving your spouse, especially when you mix in addiction issues. The addiction thing, I do wonder, but I do wonder how you cheat and still are in love with your spouse. Like that doesn't make sense to me. It makes sense that you're out of it and you just haven't ended the relationship yet. And you're hoping to find someone else. Not that I know of. Margarita Torres Seg on TikTok says, isn't Jennifer Garner engaged? I don't even see her ever dating anyone, but maybe she keeps it super on the down low. I know they just sent one of their kids off to Yale, so that's pretty impressive. Okay. Elizabeth Vargas, let's talk Real Housewives of OC. So she was on for a brief moment a couple years ago. They fired her. She doesn't deny that. Now somebody sent me, thank you, Chumpettes, has sent me everything because I cannot clearly see everything. I guess she posted, I don't follow her, Elizabeth Vargas. She posted a picture of her $9 million house in La Quinta that was shown on Real Housewives of OC last episode. And she basically says, thank you to the cast. Thank you to Bravo. Thank you for Andy for showing my house. It's so beautiful. I redid it. Thank you to the people that helped me redo it. But she's all in the comments. Okay. So in the comments, she said that she would return to Real Housewives of Orange County and she would basically know what to do. So I could not figure out who that was a jab at, if it was anyone a jab at, but she basically says she bought that house when she was on OC and she was going to remodel it and then they fired her. So I sort of love that she admitted that she kind of self-produced herself. She bought that house to give her something to do, give her a storyline, show how filthy rich she is, and then they fired her. So I haven't read all the comments yet. I did tell her I would love to have her on my podcast. I sent her a DM and to see what she really thinks, what is really going on with her and Kelly Dodd, because Kelly Dodd, even after OC, clearly she chatted about it a little bit on Jeff Lewis, but she also chatted on the Smash Rick and Kelly show on YouTube, saying basically, she kind of pushed her way onto the show, how she was kind of dogging her that they didn't show her that much. But even Elizabeth admits in her comments, which are underneath her Instagram post now, that basically says, yeah, they did show me a lot more, but they left me on the editing room floor. So, she's like, it is what it is. At least my house got shown. At least I got back on TV. So I feel like she has a podcast. I need to dive into it a little bit more. It feels like she mentioned somebody else with the last name Vargas. So maybe it's a brother or somebody, cousin, somebody that has a podcast with her. I don't know. Wait, what? I love the Smith sisters. Roseanne says, Smith sisters said this morning that Jane Fonda said in the doc that she really wanted it to work, but she was concerned that it felt like they were trying to prove something instead of just living it. I have no idea what you're talking about because I must have missed some comments. But anyways, I thought y'all were saying something about Housewives and Jane Fonda. Andy Cohen remains on vacation, which is kind of a little mini vacation for me, and I'm not mad about it at all. It is a great job. I mean, I literally work for way less than minimum wage an hour. But it is a job to listen to 4 hours a week of Andy Cohen live and then 10 hours a week of Jeff Lewis and Jeff Lewis Extended in order to talk about it with all the other amazing shows that I love to watch. So I'm sort of okay that he is off until after Labor Day, but he did post the cutest story of his 5-year-old Ben. It is not a picture of Ben's face because remember for about I feel like it's like 3 years now. I feel like it was February 2021. Whatever the date was that he got the star, the Hollywood star on the sidewalk, that's the day he announced that he was going to quit showing Ben's face. I don't remember details. I think people will recognizing Ben, and I think it freaked out Ben that, because he's kind of made it obvious on Andy Cohen Live. Hey, if I'm by myself, say hi, let's take a picture, all the things. If I'm with my son or my daughter or both, just kind of maybe say, hey, Andy, or just give a little wave. Like, I'm in the zone. I'm a dad. And you can imagine for a 5 and a 2-year-old, it's weird, even though he's explained to Ben, and Ben, I think, understands he's on TV. He doesn't really understand, why do people know my dad? Like, why are we walking down the street and people are freaking out over my dad when nobody else is doing that to anyone else? You know what I mean? So even if he probably goes to school and lives around celebrities and hangs out with Anderson Cooper's kids, he doesn't understand fame and why other people, strangers, know his name, would say hi to him, all of those kinds of things. So, but he shows this video, and it's about 35 seconds. I put it on my Instagram, and he's doing as an Instagram story, so it disappears. And it basically says that Ben is calling him the burn monster because he keeps burning the bacon. And I know it was a mistake, but instead of bacon, Ben clearly says the word Birkin. And I was like, oh my God, the fact that a 5-year-old boy is saying the word Birkin, because Andy put the closed captioning up, so he didn't even correct it. And it came up and said Birkin, and then Andy corrected him. So it was so cute. But he's kind of dogging him for burning the bacon. And Andy was like, well, at least I tried, right? And I'm like, dude, like, if I had Andy Cohen's money, I might never cook again. I mean, I would sit and eat breakfast with my kids, but I might just let someone else do the cooking, especially if it's not really my jam. So the fact that he's sitting there cooking the bacon and burning it, I mean, it just, it's good memories, right? Thank you, Karen, for the follow. Follow on TikTok. Hey, Annie, how are you? Yeah, Melanie, I saw that about Daddy Andy. I love Daddy Andy. It's so funny. Mayboo says, I burn everything. I'm burn chumpette. I love that. I mean, I am going to make, I'm going to cook twice this week. I made a chicken Parmesan thing the other day. Don't be too impressed. It was literally one of those dollar packets of like chicken Parmesan powder, kind of like a shake and bake-ish. And then you put it on the chicken. And then I steamed in the microwave a bag of broccoli, frozen broccoli. And what was the third thing? Oh, I boiled frozen corn on the cob. So that was a meal I made the other day. And then tonight, no, not tomorrow night. I've got plans tomorrow. Girls' night, birthday dinner. I guess I'll make it tonight. An Italian meatloaf. So when I got married 24 years ago, I wasn't even eating meat. I hated touching meat, but Brian loves meat. And I knew very few recipes. And I had this super easy Italian meatloaf recipe, and I can't find it anywhere. When I say easy, I mean, it was like, I think it was mozzarella cheese. It was tomato sauce, maybe whatever, maybe breadcrumbs, maybe an egg and beef. Like, it was very simple. Now I Google easy Italian meatloaf and it's like 14 ingredients. I'm like, no, honey, that is not easy. Like, I want Italian seasoning. I want it all mixed in. So I found one that I think is 9 ingredients. Ingredients is, as Teresa says. So I think I'm going to make that tonight and probably have to freeze some of it because, it's 2 pounds of beef and, we're not going to eat all that. I love that. Mayboo says, my daughter says, you're good at peas, Mom, but nothing else. Bless her. Like peas in a can. I can microwave like no other mom. I mean, if our microwave goes out, it's immediate. I'm going to buy one for darn sure. Okay, let's chat Real Housewives of Dubai. I still feel like, raise your hand. Tell me in comments, are you watching Dubai? Are you not interested? Is there not enough time in the day? Did you never start season 1? Did you not start season 2? I love it. Love. Okay, love is a strong word. I like it. Season 2. I did watch episode 9 and episode 10, so I'm still a little bit behind, but this is the girls' trip I'm talking about. They freaking go to Bali. They're showing me things I've never seen before. This waterfall was amazing where they're like screaming Brooks. And now all of a sudden this season, they're calling everyone by their last names. No, girl, you were Chanel season 1. Stop with the Ian thing. You're Chanel. Why are we calling her Ian when her name is Chanel? It's so freaking confusing. Brooks and Stanberry, I get because both their names are Caroline, but it's okay. They're different people. We can say even Caroline. I'm okay with that. But the whole Chanel Ian thing, I'm like, no. Let's call you Chanel, but whatever. So Brooks ends up coming a day late because she was just upset at everybody and she didn't even know if she wanted to come on the trip. She finally talked herself into coming. Chanel Ian gets so drunk, like humping. It was that was kind of gross because first thing, I don't know how tall she is. Okay, never mind. I'll get in trouble for body shaming. How do we say this? They're very thin on Dubai. Some of them, I mean, like 12-year-old bodies, 9-year-old bodies. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna say about that. Chanel is about 6 foot tall. She probably looks even taller because of her body frame. She's like dry humping somebody. It was just weird, the shit that she wears. But they get mad about this private voice note that, let me get it all straight. Sarah sent to Brooks. Brooks didn't, I'm getting this all mixed up. Brooks didn't understand it, sent it to Chanel Ian to get an interpretation. Chanel Ian sends it or plays it for Caroline Stanbury. Caroline Stanbury is old school from Ladies of London. This isn't her first rodeo. She's like, oh, I need to bring this up, even though it's private and it was off air. We need to bring this up because it's good TV. She's not even the one that you end up getting mad at. Literally, Caroline Brooks is mad. No, shit. Whoever it is, they're all mad. Chanel is super mad at shit. Who's mad? Oh, geez, Louise. I can't even keep it all straight. Maybe that's the problem with that. Maybe we can't keep all their names straight. Maybe we're finally at a point with Housewives and reality TV that we have so many. Lisa, thank you. It's Lisa that Chanel is mad at because they're really good friends. And Lisa, for like 10 years, the only real friendship on that show, and Lisa tells Chanel the worst thing that Chanel can ever hear is, I don't trust you. I can't trust you. And Chanel shares with us, she's only had like one best friend her whole life. That friend has since tragically passed away from having AIDS. I don't know when. She doesn't say. And Lisa is about the only female girl that she's let into her life. So when Lisa tells her, I can't trust you, she is just devastated. And she goes buck ass wild. I mean, Chanel is pissed off. They don't seem to have cameras up for it, which is kind of crazy. She literally leaves and goes to the hotel, decides not to go out for the night when all the other ladies went out. They're on a girls' trip, don't forget. And they talk about, Lisa talks about how mad she is, but they don't show it at all. I mean, she was like, nobody has ever spoken to me like that ever in my life. I can't believe it. She calls Chanel's husband, which I kind of get because we have a group of best friends and I don't fight with the girls. But if I did, I can imagine if one of them wasn't taking my calls, I literally put myself in that situation. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'd be calling my husband and telling them about it. And I'd also call the girl's husband and be like, hey, we're fighting and she's not answering my call. Will you get her to talk to me? Will you get her to calm down? Like, let's make up, but she's a cot. What's a KOT? Blues Brother says, learning what happened to Chanel is horrifying, but she's a cot. Oh, a lot. Do you mean what happened to her with the castration or what else happened to her? I don't know what else you're talking about. Anyways, it was crazy, but then they go to this beautiful waterfall. Like they're showing me parts of Bali. I mean, I've never been to Bali, but there's Bali, whatever. They're showing me parts of this island. Is it a country? Is Bali a country or a city? I have zero idea. Anyways, and then they show these swings. I mean, that's where I got cut off, but I think they're on 11 or 12. So it's probably getting towards the end of the season 2. I don't know. I do know that on Watch What Happens Live, Chanel was in the was on the seat with Andy Cohen, and Caroline Stanbury was in the audience with Sergio. So clearly they are okay now. So, wait, Chanel is, I did see something about that. KDF on Instagram says Chanel needs to back off on bashing Melissa Gorga. A lot of the Bravo celebrities are getting opinionated. I think Bravo and Cocktails or somebody shared something about Tracy Tudor, who y'all know I love. She comes on Jeff Lewis Live. I've met her. Love $1 Million Listing LA. I don't know if she was asked about something, if it was on a podcast, if she just commented, which I doubt. Somehow Tracy Tudor gave her opinion that I hope I'm not getting this wrong, that Ariana from Vanderpump Rules needs to move on. Like she's bigger than Vanderpump Rules. She needs to move on. Something like that. Somebody said, she needs to not talk about it. And then I think Katie Maloney stood up for her and posted something in comments like, yeah, And then Ariana said something about my queen, like basically saying, yeah, don't talk to me. I was just like, I don't know. I mean, I kind of had a small debate, a small respectable debate with someone in DMs because no matter, y'all know I'm not the hugest Ariana fan, especially leading up, especially season 9, season 8, total drag fest. But, I not the hugest Ariana fan, but I do think it's okay that another Bravo celebrity female, I don't feel like can say something about her. I don't feel, especially if they're asked. These podcasts or these interviews. Yeah, Katie said shut up talking about Tracy. Yeah, thanks to Detroit Becks. I mean, thought it was a little harsh, but then again, I love my Tracy Tudor. So, anyways, yes, tea with Tambo. That is definitely what happened a couple of episodes ago at the big fight at Caroline Stanberry's housewarming, is that all the husbands were getting involved for sure. Somebody posted or said that the husbands of some of these housewives need to do an ultimate girls trip or ultimate guys trip, I guess. And I agree. Some of the great ones would be New Jersey, but I hope it's none of the new ones. I hope it's not Jen Fessler's husband, who seems to super want to be on TV, grosses me out. Jeff Fessler, I guess. And I don't want it to be Danielle's husband, Nate. And I don't want it to be Rachel's husband, whatever his last name is. I don't know. Anyways, give me your thoughts on that. All of them, though, Jamie? Jamie on Instagram says just the New Jersey husbands. Who else would be good? I feel like they're the only ones that really embrace it. I mean, they just did like a live event. Did anybody go to that? I would love to know anyone that went to it. I did hear about from 2022 BravoCon. I already had tickets. I think it was to Heather McDonald, but at the last minute, sort of, Joe Gorga did like this comedy show during BravoCon. I heard it was awful, like literally awful. So I don't know. I feel like they're trying to, I feel like they love the fame, they love the money, they love the fandom. And they're just, they're taking advantage of it, which I'm not opposed to, but oh, Eddie? You think Eddie would be good on a I don't know. He does nothing for me. Who would be good? Ken Todd would be awful. Harry Hamlin, maybe? I'm all thinking of people that are off the show, actually more than on the show. Mauricio, he might be good. Ugh. Anyways. Yes, Blues Brothers. Croy Bierman says Croy was my favorite of all time, putting up with Kim. Terry Dubrow, would he be Shane? Oh, I love me some Shane. Oh my gosh, Shane Simpson would be amazing on an ultimate guys trip. Okay, yeah, I do think so too. Anyways, let me know in comments who you think would be really good, because I think they would be good too. Yeah. Oh, Cheryl, I was there. Cheryl says, remember when Reza from Shawls of Sunset tried to be a comedian? I was like second row behind his husband. Forgot his name. And Gigi, MJ was there. It was awful. It was awful. I don't think he's ever tried to do it again. I mean, I'm sure it's not easy. Instead of comedian, this was like September 2022, I think, right before BravoCon. Amy Phillips announced kind of a last minute, like, let me like kind of run through what I'm going to do at BravoCon. It's like a $20 ticket in West Hollywood. We went, and who was there with her? Not Kiki, not Monique. It's one of the girls that's on Reality Checked right now. Huge. Anyway, she was there. It was like 3 or 4 different people. And then Reza, even more than Amy Phillips, Reza was the headliner. Reza was the last one. It was kind of crazy. And it was so bad. Instead of comedian, he ended up kind of like storytelling. And it just kind of went on and on. I think he was nervous. It was interesting. Okay, Mary's got a list. Yeah, not PK. Ugh. Frank Catania from New Jersey. Shane Simpson from OC, Mauricio Umansky from Beverly Hills, Harry Hamlin, former from Beverly Hills. Okay, that's 4. We need a couple more. I feel like Joe Gorga. I feel like Joe Gorga. I feel like there's always 6, right? Who else? Who else? Shout out Shane. Yeah, different Shane, but yeah. I love definitely Joe Gorga, don't you think? Like, he doesn't irritate me. And Danielle's husband. Oh, Nate. Is that his name? Harry would cook. Yeah, he'd cook bolognese, right? For sure. Oh my God. I need a girls' trip. So, ew, Detroit Becks, bite your freaking tongue. She said Johnny J should be there. Blech. He's not even good TV. Ugh, not even good TV. Okay, let's get into today's show. Okay, KDF says I like John Fuda. Oh, Slade. Oh, Blues Brothers. I'm so there for Slade coming back. Y'all know I love Gretchen. Oh my gosh. I love, 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 love Gretchen. Matter of fact, I don't follow her. She shows her and her daughter a lot. Does she show her and Slade a lot though? I mean, I don't know. I don't really feel like they show them that much. Oh, I feel like Marge's husband, Joe Beligmo, would be good. Beligno? Yeah, I feel like he would be good. Yeah. Okay, y'all keep telling me. Thank you, Lisa, for asking people to touch the screen. Ew, Kim K says Justin from Salt Lake City. Ew. Who from Salt Lake City would be good? Not Seth. What's the other cutie? What's Lisa's husband? He's a cutie. I don't know. I just don't feel like they're that good though. New Jersey takes it. Who on anybody on New York? Oh. Oh. Do y'all know who I'm going to say from New York? Y'all know I love her. Aaron Leachy's husband. I feel like he would like break loose and whatever. Wait, who's the Count? Ileana Perez says the Count. The Countess? Oh my gosh. Yes. What is Aaron's husband's name? Something Leachy. My brain went blank. Oh my God, he's so cute. So cute. Oh, yes. Can we sound like a perv? Oh, can we have the young Frank Catania for eye candy? Okay, I'm just saying that would be an absolute great ultimate guys trip. Who else should be on there? Abe, that's his name. So Abe from New York, Frank Catania Sr., Frank Catania Jr., Joe Gorga. Who else did we say? Harry Hamlin's going to cook. Mauricio. Who else? Those are good. Those are good. Jessel's husband, but not only if they go to Thailand, exactly. Yes, I agree. Flamingo says Kim Zolciak should be back on TV. She's a walking disaster, but good TV. Speaking of walking disaster, did y'all see me reshare my girl, Brandy Glanville? I don't know. She's just posting like clickbait stuff, I guess, to make money. She posted another one yesterday or today of her looking really good. And it was like, I wish I was this healthy again. She talks about not being able to work. It's really sad. So anyways, kind of worried about her. Okay, let's chat about today's Jeff Lewis, Jackie Schimmel, and Doug Buden were on. I don't mind the comments, about her and her kid. She said, I think she wanted to kick him into a wall today. He's one. I mean, little Clyde, but I think it's all in fun. I'm sure she takes a lot of heat for it. Thought it was funny. They talked about how chubby her kid is, which if you have not seen Jackie Schimmel's kid, I mean, I'm not sure chubby is the word. Chubby times 2 or something. I mean, he's a chubby kid. Super cute though, but she posts videos of him a lot. So something happened. I don't really know what they were talking about. And all of a sudden, my app messed up and it came up with the Sam and Oscar thing and like who was right in that. Jeff loves to beat a dead horse, as they say. And I guess that's what he was doing this time. beating a dead horse again because I thought they already talked about this the other day. I know we chatted about it. I kind of agree with Jackie. It's nothing about Sam. It's nothing about Oscar. Sam didn't match with anyone. I don't have I ever done speed dating? I mean, y'all, I dated someone for 8.5 years. Then I was single for just over a year. Then I met my husband and married him a year later. So I don't have much experience with dating per se, but I don't think I've ever done speed dating. But it makes sense to me that you have to both agree to exchange emails. In other words, there's no rudeness to be like, oh, I'm not interested in you. You know what I mean? Oh my God. Lisa says we need to throw Jeff Lewis into the ultimate guys trip. Can you imagine Jeff on a guys trip? I can't even. I just think he loves being around females so much. I just can't imagine. That'd be interesting. Anyways, I guess he's trying to make this thing between Sam and Oscar, but I'm like, Oscar won. He got 3 matches. They still haven't even emailed him back yet, I don't feel like. But it's not Sam's. I mean, is it his fault? I mean, it's not Oscar's fault that Sam didn't get any girls to match with him, right? Yeah. Tiffany Chomp says they're going to meet all the people there. It's like Oscar can't be happy if Sam can't be happy. But he didn't even get anyone to email him back. Or did they update us? Still that today. Oh, this is maybe Bex Drew. Detroit Bex might have figured it out. Jeff is still mad at Oscar for going to John Hill's show, even though he says, "Oh, it's only on Tuesday. I'm not mad at you." Mary says I'm very single and dating in this world is scary. Well, try doing what Eden Sassoon is doing and just give up dating. You know what I mean? So there is a picture, there's a video of Sam. So I will try to go find that from yesterday. And it shows what Sam looks like because I know a lot of y'all were wondering. So I'll get that for me. Yes, Journey to Peace says Oscar's very sweet, but I don't think I'd want to date a man who also found men attractive. I'd be insecure. And I think that's the confusion in what people say about bisexuals or whatever the other terms are, is then you like they can cheat with anyone almost. You know what I mean? It's like it opens up the opportunity to cheat even more if that's the thing. No. Tiffany Chump says, I watched the video and the whole time I thought Sam was the guy doing the video. No, so Sam is the name of the guy that does Jeff's social media videos, but it's a complete, and they've showed him on video too. Completely different Sam, way more hairy Sam. That is the guy that like answers the phone calls on Tuesdays now that Oscar is overdoing the John Hill show, if that makes sense. So anyways, I love the idea of Doug having this like chump Airbnb. He's going to maybe cook with them. Maybe he's going to drive them to the studio. He's got these different add-ons, but even Jeff asked, and of course I was like, ooh, maybe I could stay with Doug next time I'm in LA, but I don't think for, legal reasons, he said he was going to open it up to chump listeners renting out his house, which absolutely makes sense. Can you imagine going to sleep knowing, I mean, it's one thing if it's a celebrity, there's a little more like cushion of like, well, they have a lot to lose. If it's a chump listener, which he said someone tried to pay to come and be on Cooking Kibitz with him, that would be different than like sleeping in his bedroom and like then Doug has to go to sleep. That would freak me out. It's like people that I guess that's how Airbnb started, where people were renting just literally a room. Hey, Nat from Nat on TikTok. Just renting out a room is always so weird to me. Like I don't really do Airbnb that much, but when I have, I've rented the whole house because I'm not about having somebody down the hallway using the same bathroom and going to sleep with like, and after you pay all the fees and the cleaning fee, it's no cheaper, it seems like, than oh, thank you, Nat, than getting a hotel. So no way. Nat. So y'all know I love Nat. Make sure you're following her at TikTok and Instagram. She and I were messaging the other day about Pearly Sparkles, whose now name is Pearl the Betch, the one I updated y'all on yesterday on TikTok. She hasn't deleted her account yet, but remember, I was telling you that Nat remembers that she did this whole same thing 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, where she kind of went buck wild on her fans and cussing them out and all this stuff, saying she hates them. And then she deleted her account. So, anyways, I did check about an hour ago and she's still got her account up, but she hasn't posted in a couple days, which is kind of, I don't know. If that's her way to make money, you got to be posting all the time. I mean, I don't know how much you make because I never get this many views on like 1 million or 3 million, whatever, but she can make some serious money. I feel like she's complaining about not making money on TikTok, but I feel like that's her only job. Like, I don't know. Wish her the best. Pearly Sparkles. Oh yeah. Natalie says, she has to have made money off a hound dog, but now she's all anti-hound dog again, right? Like she went from hound dog to Jesus to hound dog again. And now she's into the, I don't know, OnlyFans world. I don't even know what's going on. Okay. Let's chat. Jeff Lewis extended. I guess Carney, I don't know if she's sick. I mean, it doesn't look like she is from her Instagram, but somehow she had to cancel last minute. And Kristen Takeman to the rescue. I liked her and Eden Sassoon together. I think I would have liked Carney and Eden together too, but I really liked Kristen and Eden together. And then Doug was on there for a little bit. And then they also talked about a couple of things that are obviously stuff I'm dealing with. High school parking permit or parking pass. Ours is not an auction, thank goodness. I mean, the fact that it's a public high school and they have to do an auction for it, and she said it costs so much she wouldn't even tell us the price. Like, what is your guess? 500? What does ours cost? Gosh, my son. So what I don't like is every year you have to get a new one. You have to get your driver's license. So when my kid lost their driver's license, we had to go get a new driver's license because we had to get the parking spot at school. I mean, not that you don't need your driver's license also, but that's the reason it was a time crunch, is because we had to get the parking spot. And you have to show that parking spot. They don't keep it from last year. I called. I'm like, hey, he had a parking spot last year. Don't you still have that on file? No, we've already boxed it up and sent it. It's away. I'm like, damn, I thought I had it. Thought I had it all covered there, but I think our spot is wait, what? Susan on TikTok says ours is auctioned and it went for over $5,000. Do these public schools not have enough parking spots for kids? Is that what it is? I know that if ours is for a public school, I more understand that for like when my kids were in private preschool, us parents could pay auction a parking spot that when we were doing parent pickup or parent drop off, we could go and park there really easily. So that was an optional thing, but public, I mean, that's crazy. Then they were talking about her son Cash's, Kristen's son's Tesla. It just sounds super faint. What does a Tesla cost? Like, are they like $50,000 or $60,000? What's a Tesla cost? Is there a baseline? I'm assuming there's a billion different Tesla cars. I don't even know, but sounds like a lot of things can come with it for sure. Wait, why worry if they don't figure it out, they don't drive to school? Well, wait, Cheryl says, why worry about a parking pass if they don't figure it out, they don't drive to school? Well, you want your kid driving to school because if not, you got to drive them and pick them up. But also, it's kind of a thing. I mean, if you're going to get them their license, if you're going to buy them a car and pay their insurance or somebody's paying all that, you want them to be able to drive. They're 40,000 minimum. Okay, that's not terrible. But I'm assuming with all the bells and whistles are like $60,000. You can get one less for 40,000. Okay. Kind of crazy. Oh, probably, it doesn't seem like everyone leases in California. I don't know why. I like maybe my friends lease and they just don't tell me. Um, I've never leased a car myself. Melanie says I'm willing to bet they're leasing the Tesla. Yeah, I guess it could be. Oh, the Cybertrucks are so ugly. Okay, Eden's addiction recovery. She has a podcast. I did put it up on my Instagram story, so it will go away eventually, but I wanted to share that in case anyone wants to listen. Obviously, she has lost a brother. She has lost a sister to addiction. She has dealt and recovered from addiction issues. So, uh, clearly it's near and dear to our heart. And that's what I always tell anyone. I get messages sometimes about people wanting to start a podcast, and I give them all the honesty of it because it is a lot. But I also tell them, do a subject that you can talk to a wall about, something that really means a lot to you, because you don't want to be thinking every day, oh, what do I need to talk about? What content, whatever. I never have a problem with content. I probably post too much because I always think of things to post about, but this podcast about reality TV and celebrity gossip and Jeff Lewis and my life and things, all of that comes so easily to me because I could literally talk to a wall about it, and I don't have anyone that wants to chat about it. So, um, the fact that she's doing this podcast, I love. The only other thing I've ever thought of, and I've never said this to y'all, I don't think. I love the idea of almost like a Tinks, an advice show. I love the idea. I think there's so many parents, like I've heard Kristen Tateman say a couple times, nobody talks about how stressful it is and how anxious it is when your kid gets their driver's license and they're gone all the time and all the things that whatever. I think there's so many things about parenting that people don't talk about in your inner circle because you don't want to. So I've thought about having I think I tried it for a little bit and I just kind of lost sight of it, but people doing like an anonymous where you can get advice, but anonymously. In other words, your kid doesn't hear you on the radio, your aunt, your neighbor, your mother-in-law, nobody hears that you're telling your kids gossip. You know what I mean? Not even gossip. I mean, true stuff. I just feel like there's a lot of things we parents want to chat about and get advice about, or friend advice, like a Dear Abby. Yeah, like a Dear Abby, like all sorts of things. Y'all let me know if you're interested in that. Maybe we could do that on a question. Yeah, you could email the questions. Yeah, or DM. Yeah. Anyway, so just tonight. Oh, y'all say to try it again. Y'all like the idea. I feel like people do too. I feel like there's a lot of situations where we don't want to put advice, ask for advice on our Facebook and be like, hey, this friend did this. This is what happened. This is what I said. Was I wrong? Was she wrong? Or my kid is going through this. What advice? Have you ever been through it? You know what I mean? I feel like I don't know. I think it would be good. Thank you, Elisa. Thank you for asking people to tap the screen. We're over 7,000 likes on TikTok. Thank you so much. Don't forget, make sure you're following me everywhere on social media. Everything is under Sarah from Texas podcast. My actual podcast available everywhere you get podcasts is called Sarah from Texas. There's a picture of it up on YouTube, so that's what it looks like. Yeah. Kay Smith says, I have a bunch of judgy friends. And I think when we have that, and we want to keep and be anonymous with things, it makes us not chat about things that we would want to chat about. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, let me know. Anyways, yeah, I think it'd be fun. Thank you, Eliana. Who is the a-hole? Wait, what? What happened, Lori? Who is the a.hole? Uh-oh. What's going on? What's going on? Thank you, Krista. She says it's a great idea, Sarah. Thank you, y'all. Okay, what else? Eden is single, not dating. Kristen's married for over 20 years. So maybe Kristen's going to go to the south of France and go to this wedding and meet somebody for Eden. I mean, clearly Eden's got the money to travel to France, right? And meet some new dudes. So I think it sounds good. Okay, at the end of it is where they talked about the ultimate girls trip that's now on Bravo. I've already watched it on Peacock, but somebody calls in and basically Compliments, which I loved because I love Kristen Tateman. Y'all know I've met her multiple times. Compliments Kristen Tateman basically for taking it up the arse on Ultimate Girls Trip because they all came at her. And it boiled down to the Ashley Madison app. So 10 years into their marriage was when all that stuff came out and people were blackmailing, I guess, if you will, the Ashley Madison app people. Remember, I watched that documentary about it. It's really good. And Kristen Tateman's husband came up on it. So I don't know. I don't even think his last name is Takeman. I think that's her maiden name for some reason. So how did someone even figure out? Thank you, Lisa. How did someone even figure out that that was Kristen Tateman's husband? She wasn't even on Housewives New York for very long. Anyways, but I guess it's something they wanted to rehash and they wanted her to like be sad about it. And she's like, look, we're now married, 19 years at the time. This happened 10 years. Now my 2 kids are older also. So I don't necessarily want this out there and chatting about it. And, we've already dealt with it. We're still happily married. So, we dealt with it. I felt like Kelly Ben-Simone was also trying to be rude to her. I feel like Dorinda was rude. Am I wrong? Was Dorinda rude to her? Is anyone watching Ultimate Girls Trip, the one in St. Bart's, for the first time? Because if you don't have Peacock, they were putting these out on Peacock, and so you had to pay for the app, the Peacock. Yeah, Cheryl says she was a different person back then. I mean, I think anyone 10 years into their marriage versus 20 years into their marriage, I mean, we've all dealt with stuff. The fact that they wanted to bring it up when they probably have a bunch of crap going on too, just thought it was interesting. I don't know. BB Shopper. Nobody else is having a technical issue, I don't think. Anyway, sorry about that. Oh, that's the title of the show. Am I the a-hole? That's the title of the Ultimate Girls Trip, that episode? That's interesting. Yes, I think Kristen is great TV. I think she's beautiful. She's so nice in person, so relatable. Like the very first time I met her in person was September at that Amy Phillips thing that Amy Phillips and Chef Stu had. She was the celebrity. And we were chatting about being parents. It was about being moms. She's so good. But then I've met her multiple times after that. Melanie says, I admire Kristen Tateman for sticking it out. And yes, Dorinda was awful to Kristen, basically making it seem like we've been on a long time. You were only on for a little bit. Wasn't she kind of being snotty about that? Didn't love that. As much as Dorinda talks about being a girl's girl, I felt like she was being a mean girl in that moment. I don't know. Yeah, look at Kelly Ben-Simone now. Freaking whatever. Name the name of my show. Am I the a-hole? Oh, well, no. I don't know. It could be something. Hey, Steve from Texas. Hello, Steve and Christmas. Yeah, you're not wrong. Bravo and Stone says, we'll open it up to questions. We got like a minute left. Kelly and Dorinda are both insufferable. Yeah. Oh, it's a common Reddit title. Oh, okay. Well, see, I don't get on Reddit. So I thought y'all meant that was the title of Ultimate Girls Trip episode. And I was like, wait, what? Oh, Agnieszka on TikTok says Dorinda's a bitter Betty. Well, she's on a high horse now because she's got, even though, Make It Nice on Radio Andy was canceled, she was put on once a week of Reality Checked. And now clearly we know she's going to be on the dating show. Wait, is she on the dating show? Shitfire, I think I'm wrong. Who's on the dating show? Definitely Countess Luann. And who is it? And then she's got this show, this Airbnb, whatever show. Yeah. Shannon Bedore. Who's the other one? Shannon Bedore. Is it Vicky? No, Vicky has a boyfriend. God, why can I not keep this straight? Shannon Bedore is going to be on. It's called Love Hotel. Ashley from Potomac. Yes, Ashley from Potomac. Oh, and Giselle? Yeah, okay, Giselle, Countess Luann, Shannon Bedore, and Ashley from Potomac. And Sonia? Is Sonia gonna be on? She is? Oh my god. Oh my god. I know it films in September in Cabo, I think, so oh, that's gonna be good. I'm definitely gonna have to be watching that. Okay, tonight is Real Housewives of OC. I will try to watch it live or at least by tomorrow so we can chat about it. So make sure you're current on Real Housewives of OC. Thank you so much for joining me live. It is so much more fun. If you're watching on a replay, still make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure you're commenting. We still want to hear all your thoughts. And let me know a good title for like an opinion, like some kind of opinion show. Maybe I could bring that back. Maybe that could be another, as if I got all the time in the world now, right? Do another podcast. I would still keep it under the Sarah from Texas, though, so you wouldn't have to go find another podcast. Anyways, thank you, y'all. Y'all having an amazing Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow, same place, same time. If you're watching as a replay and you joined late, make sure to go back. You can watch. The replay is up everywhere except for TikTok. Sorry, TikTok. And then it's available in about 10 minutes as a podcast, Sarah from Texas. Bye, y'all. Also, make sure you join the Facebook group, Sarah from Texas. It's just an easier way to meet each other, get to know each other, right?